He is, there's really no other way to describe this next guest, or first guest, really, other than as a custodian of sorts. Please welcome Mike the Janitor.
Mr. Ackerman, what a pleasure to see you. Hello, everybody in this other part of the country to which I have never been.
You've never been here before?
Never been here before.
Really?
I'm not a well-traveled man, Mr. Ackerman.
Now, you are from Boston, or in the Boston area?
I worked briefly in the Boston area.
Whereabouts in the Boston area?
I wasn't always a janitor.
Sure.
I had another life before, and I was a math professor at a school in the Boston area.
Right, I think we know which one.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. It's not for me to say. Anyway, now I am just a humble janitor. I clean people's filth for a living. And I'm happy to do it, all I ask in return is a regular paycheck. That's all I want. Regular paycheck, benefits.
Yeah. How often do you like this paycheck when you say regular?
Weekly.
You like it weekly?
Yeah. Some paychecks go.
Well, some people do it bi-weekly.
Well, that's foolish.
Really?
Yeah. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe the guy who writes the checks, he dies in that off week. You don't get your check.
I'm sure they would hire a new person, or is that not out?
You would think they would, Mr. Ackerman. But these guys, they try to screw you any way they can. The bi-weekly thing, you don't think these bosses are thinking like, hey, if we're lucky, the guy will die during the off week. That's why they're always old men who have that position.
I guess it does make more sense to get the money earlier and accrue the interest on it for at least 1 week earlier.
I'm just trying to eat food. That's what I'm trying to do. Mr. Ackerman, let me ask you a question. How come there's sex party wipes on the stools out here?
I'm sorry, I don't know quite what's happening here.
It's a strange choice. Just a theatrical engagement, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and it is strange to see you here, Mike, I have to say. I mean, you're a custodian, as I mentioned. You're
You use a fancy word. I'm a humble janitor.
You're just a janitor. That's all you consider yourself to be.
I don't feel that I have custody over any of the filth that I clean up.
You keep saying filth. What?
Yeah, it's disgusting filth that human beings leave behind.
What is the grossest thing that you've ever seen thrown away?
Thrown away? Hold on a second. Do you think all I do is empty trash cans?
I don't. What are your other duties, if you want to start there?
I have to clean things. I have to mop things. And yes, I do, as a matter of fact, empty trash cans and waste baskets.
Would you prefer me to ask what is the grossest thing that has ever been expelled from a human body onto the floor? Is that?
I think we know. Not that many choices. I guess it gets down to personal preference. What is your personal disgust level?
So then why is my question so odd? Because I think it would be more unique to ask you, what is the grossest thing that's been thrown away that you've seen?
Because the grossest thing that's been thrown away, I guess, it never gets that gross. I guess I saw a full set of human teeth in a trash can one time.
What?
Yeah. I counted them too, it's 32.
How did you count them? By just pointing at them, or?
Mr. Ackerman, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Are you asking me how counting works? Because I feel like we got to go way back to the beginning.
I'm just wondering if you eyeballed it like a jelly bean jar, or whether you pointed and...
Well, they were in a little baggie, and
baggie?
Yeah, they were in a little baggie, and a Ziploc baggie too. No expense was spared. And so I dumped them out on the counter, and I counted them. You know,
dumped them out like just
like Yahtzee.
Right. 32 of a kind.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And you could tell they were human teeth.
Oh yeah.
I thought the Kool-Aid Man burst in here for a second.
No, that's more like, oh yeah. Oh, can you imagine the mess when that guy's around?
Oh man.
Boy, oh boy. I would not like to be the janitor that cleans up after the Kool-Aid Man. By the way, does he still do that in the commercials? Because this might be a dated reference.
Because one would have to imagine he burst through the wall, which leaves rubble, probably knocking over anything that was on the other side of the wall.
Absolutely.
But he also is filled to the brim with Kool-Aid, and he must spill.
Sloshing all over the place. And I worry because does that Kool-Aid that's in that pitcher, does that sustain him? Is that like the equivalent of his blood?
Does he need to get a Kool-Aid transfusion from other Kool-Aid men or women?
Which, have we seen them?
I've never seen nary a one.
The Kool-Aid people?
Where do they live?
Do you think Beauty and the Beast stole the idea of a talking liquid container from the Kool-Aid Man?
If I were that company, I would be very litigious.
Shut up, Mr. Ackerman. Did the Kool-Aid Man, in turn, did he steal his whole persona from the I'm a Little Teapot song? Perhaps the first recorded instance of an anthropomorphic container of liquid. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When you tip me over, you'll hear me shout, ah, my life's blood! Stop it! I need that to live!
So you're saying...
As the old song goes.
Of course. You're saying every time anyone pours their tea...
Yeah.
They should be thinking that they're draining the lifeblood of the container itself.
Yeah, you know what? This is shaping up to be quite a good movie pitch. Along the lines of M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening, where we don't realize we're making all these fluid containers angry at us, and eventually they're going to rebel.
Rise of the Containers.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
No, I do. I co-sign. Well, we got to have a big discussion about it? We got to get to work on that screenplay. I can't hold your hand through this whole process and say, oh, very good, Mr. Ackerman, good subtitle. If I say it's good, all right?
I don't know that I want to write this with you. If you're going to treat me like this.
I'm afraid we're a little too far down the road for you to back out now, Mr. Ackerman.
All right.
We already got a subtitle. So now you were saying you have not seen me here before.
No, I've,
you've never been here before,
I've never been.
What do you know?
Well, usually I see you in Los Angeles, where we're based.
That's right.
And I know you're from Boston. What brings you to the good state of North Carolina?
Well, you mentioned it at the top of your funny monologue there. That, there's this terrible thing going on with this governor. I don't care for him, what he's doing. Hey, people are people, you know what I mean? So why should it be?
You and I should get along so awfully.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
If more people would say that to him, he would maybe get it.
Maybe he would. Maybe he needs to hear that song by Depeche Mode.
I think if he heard that song and watched that video, he would get a new way of thinking.
I don't recall the video. What happens in the video?
A lot of people in S&M gear.
Are they treating each other awfully?
It's a weird word for an English person to say, isn't it? Awfully.
Well, usually they just say awfully. Right? They wouldn't pronounce like every single syllable that clearly.
Awfully.
Yeah, oh, that's nice. Hey, you got quite the pipes on you.
Thanks. I'd love to duet with you sometime.
Ah, wouldn't that be fun?
I'd love to do a song like, maybe like Let's Hear It for the Boy or something like that.
Sure. How's it start? You go first.
My baby don't talk sweet. Well, that's all right by me. 'Cause he loves me, loves me, loves me. Then I forget the next thing that she says.
I think that's all we can afford anyway, right?
You never chimed in.
I didn't get a chance to. We hit it. We got up against that paywall. Anyway, so here's what I'm doing here in North Carolina. I'm just sick about this ridiculous bathroom law. And as a janitor, of course, I got something to say about it.
Who better than you?
Who but me?
If not you, who?
If not me, who? If not now, when? So here's what I'm doing. Until this thing gets repealed and we toss this guy out of office. Well, you toss this guy out of office. I'm not going to commit voter fraud.
Really, you wouldn't go as far as that?
No. We gotta do things. We gotta show we're better than these small-minded bigots. You gotta do things by the book.
The good book.
What?
The good book. The only book you'll ever need to read. The Bible.
Ooh, this says taking a turn.
I'll fill you in after the show about it.
Oh, I can't wait. Please leave me your chick tracks. The South gets it. So, what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to organize a strike of my fellow janitors and say, until this law is repealed, this stupid thing, we're not cleaning any bathrooms. That is our protest. So and that's every bathroom, not just public bathrooms, but all the bathrooms like in the State House, we're not going to clean any bathrooms there. If I have my way, there's not going to be a bathroom cleaned. It's going to affect these people, and then they're going to say, okay, we got to do something about this. And furthermore, I'm trying to organize this nationwide.
Not just here in North Carolina.
Every state in the Union, Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands.
Especially the Virgin Islands.
Especially the Virgin Islands. We're not going to clean a single bathroom.
That's a nice idea.
And even if the law does get overturned, we still will not clean those bathrooms. That'll show them.
Yeah, I think the people here appreciate
right?
The
you
sentiment.
know what I'm saying. Come on, everybody. That's right.
That said, Mike,
right,
sounds a little to me like you just don't want to clean bathrooms.
Hold on a second, Mr. Rockerman. Now, you know I'm a custodian, as you say. I'm a janitor. It's my job to clean up the filth of other people. And when you say to me, it sounds like I just don't want to clean bathrooms. What I would say to you is, do you want to clean bathrooms?
I don't, but as you said, and what I would say to you is, I'm not a janitor.
Oh. I know you think that's the perfect comeback.
Full stop?
Full stop. The end.
Is the bathroom the worst place that you have to clean?
It's the worst place on earth. People are maniacs.
I don't get quite why everyone, wants to get up in anyone's business. No one wants to be in there. No one wants to.
That's the thing. Here's what you got to know. Anybody who's afraid, like, oh, transgender people, they're going to be in the bathroom when I'm in the bathroom, but I don't know what to do about it. Nobody wants to be in there. There's nobody, you don't go into the bathroom and people are lounging around. Who's got time to do whatever thing you think they're going to do in the bathroom? As soon as you walk in there, you're like, oh, boy. How soon can I get out of here? Maybe I can hold it till I get home. Nobody's got big plans for the bathroom other than the basic biological needs. And anytime somebody does something weird, it's not a transgender person. It's just a regular old weirdo.
I think it's already weird enough what we do in the bathroom.
Can we talk about this? They talk about original sin, right? That Adam and Eve, they ate from the tree of knowledge, and ever since then, we're born with original sin. And along comes Jesus Christ, right? He dies for our sins, tries to make it all okay. Apparently, that didn't take because we still got God mad at us all the time. What I feel like is he makes us do this thing with our bodies where we expel waste. Even Stevens, whatever you're mad at, you're getting us back every day, multiple times.
Sometimes like 6 to 8 to 10 times.
Ooh, you gotta go to the doctor. That's a lot. Even if it's half and half, you got a problem there. 6 to 8 to 10 times.
I wondered what you meant by half and half for a second.
Did you figure it out?
Like half the lengthwise is what I thought you meant?
Now, I don't know what you mean when you say what you think I meant. What are you talking about? Oh, due respect, Mr. Ackerman.
I'm thinking about a little log, but you only do half of it. It's down the middle.
Okay, then what's the other half? I said half and half. So in your mind, your vivid imagination, did it conjure up the other half and what that would be?
Half a pea stream.
And does it start like in the air?
It starts in the air.
Half a pea stream. So is it like it's going into the bowl, but it's just like it appears in thin air? Halfway to the toilet?
Wait, are we high right now?
I'm very high. I should have said. I'm tripping my balls off right now.
You do a lot of recreational drugs?
Yeah, I do. It's fun.
Why do they say recreational drugs? Like the other drugs are like a lot of hard work or something.
Some drugs are hard work. You know, LSD, that could be a chore. That could be a full-time job if you take the wrong kind.
Ayahuasca, you'll be shitting for 8 hours.
How about it? But you have those visions, that's nice.
You know, speaking of visions, I was watching Captain America the other day, and for a guy called The Vision, he doesn't have any visions.
I think it's because he's called The Vision.
But he can see.
He can see. He's not called The Visions. Right? Is he called The Visions, Mr. Rockefeller?
You're right.
He's not called The Visions, Mr.
I'll allow it.
But
watch yourself, counselor.
We have fun.
First appearance.
That's right. Hopefully the last.
Do you get to see a lot?
Who's your favorite robot?
That's a good fucking question.
Thank you, Mr. Rockerman.
That's a GFQ. I always thought that one in the Jetsons was
Rosie?
Rosie.
Yeah.
You know? She was wearing that little outfit.
Yeah, an apron and a little hat.
A little hat.
Yeah. One of them little doily hats on top of a
doily
robotic
hats.
head. Yeah.
How is that helping when you're a maid? I mean, you are of the custodial profession.
Indeed, I am, Mr. Ackerman.
Why do maids have to wear that doily hat? Like, what is that helping? Is it keeping something clean?
It gets back to the old days. It denotes subservience. You know what I mean? They have to wear these uniforms. They have to look presentable. It gets back to your Downton Abbey times. You know what I mean? So they have to look a certain way. Nowadays, servants, it's very rare that you see servants, domestic servants wearing uniforms. It still does happen. I know from various sources.
Who are your sources?
Well,
Give up your sources.
I know, I know people in various forms of filth cleaning up.
Is that what you guys call it in the trade? Filth
Nothing
cleaning
but.
up?
We call it filth cleaning up.
Do you find it weird that we as humans are expelling just scales of skin and dust all day, every day?
Okay, I told you I was high, right? I mean, it just started to freak me out.
I'm sorry.
It's making me think about those little things that live in our eyebrows, right? That eat the dead skin.
Oh,
That's the last thing I want to be. I can feel them now. Thanks a lot.
they're all there. You ever like, are you laying down? You go, oh, they're in there, and you can just, yeah.
Hold on a second. Now, can you ask me who my favorite robot is?
I'm sorry. I'm
The nerve of this
so sorry.
guy.
I apologize.
The nerve of this guy. What kind of a host are you?
I apologize. Who is your favorite robot?
Oh boy, let me tell you. I'll start with is my least favorite robot.
Then you're going to work your way up? All right.
I'm not gonna give you the entire robotic hierarchy that I have. Although believe me, it is extensive. You know who's right in the middle?
Right in the middle. Oh,
Right in
so
the
we're
middle?
starting in the
I'll
middle.
tell you who's right in the middle.
Okay.
Small Wonder. That little girl.
Small wonder.
The little girl robot. On a syndicated show. She was like dressed like a little girl, like a little pinafore and everything, little pigtails. But then she'd say stuff like, totally awesome, dude. Radical. Least favorite robot? Oh, that son of a bitch C-3PO.
Wow.
This guy. I mean, all he does is whine and complain. He's a straight up coward. He abuses R2-D2, robot who does not have arms. He's constantly hitting him. Where do you get off doing this?
Hitting him on the top of the head?
Yeah.
Just like clank?
Everything that his superiors say, he questions it. He mocks people. He calls people names. He never helps out a single itty bitty bit.
I'm trying to think of any time that he actually like did something for the rest of the gang.
He's useless. I feel like he is just an R2-D2 delivery system.
I guess he translates. He's just kind of a translation droid.
He's a protocol droid.
He's a protocol droid, sure.
He knows billions of languages and shit, you know. The only time I can think of that came in handy was when he told the whole story of Star Wars to those stupid Ewoks. Even then he had to use props. You know who's my favorite?
Oh boy, here we go.
R2-D2, and you know why? I'll tell you why. He curses a lot.
Really?
Here's the only thing C-3PO is really good for. He lets us know that R2-D2 has said something disgusting.
Because he says, R2.
Yeah. R2-D2 goes beep, bop, boop, boop, boop. And then C-3PO is like, oh my word. I'm going to faint.
How do you know what R2-D2 is saying?
I don't. I'm just going by this prissy robot's reaction. Because sometimes he's truly outraged by what this trash can robot has said.
By the way, I thought you said pussy robot. Which sounds like that band from Russia that got...
Oh, from House of Cards.
Yeah, of course.
They got very in hot water with the made-up Soviet premier. Not Soviet, that dates me. Russian. Might as well be Soviet. We're headed back that way. Listen, guys, we don't have time to get in that conversation. Keep thinking.
Are you a fan of the prequels?
You know, I saw the first two. I loved that pod racing sequence. I thought it was tremendous. But all I could think about was all these people in the stands. What a mess they leave behind.
Oh.
Space trash? Oh, forget about it. Some stuff you don't even know how to pick up.
There's like little bits of asteroids in there. And
Yeah, probably little bits of asteroids in there. They're probably eating asteroids.
discarded satellites.
I like the idea that, like, there's robots that will go to a sporting event. That I think they had robots in attendance.
Right.
Robots are like, hey, I got the day off from being a programmable servant. I might as well go enjoy the old pod races. Now, don't hold me to that. I can't. It was a long time ago. I can't remember. Can anyone tell me where the robots in the stands for the pod race?
One guy says sure.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate you trying to humor me. That's nice. Now I feel like I got to do due diligence.
Yeah.
Rent Phantom Menace, see if there was any...
Next time I see you, if you could have just confirmation of
You got it, Mr. Rockerman.
I wonder what our computers do on their days off.
Who are you, Philip K. Dick over here?
What if that was the title of one of his books? I wonder what our computers do on their days off.
So, instead of do androids dream of electric sheep, I wonder what our computers do on their day off.
It's just as bad.
It's a little worse. Maybe he gave up too easy. He was in that contest to have the dumbest title of a book.
What else? What other books are in there?
Also, hold on a second. We don't dream of sheep. This title doesn't hold water.
You
count
them
sheep to go to sleep.
to get to the dream.
Also a thing that nobody does outside of New Yorker cartoons or whatever. But you don't go to sleep and like, oh, I'm dreaming of, here we go again, dreaming of sheep. That's the title. How many people did I have to go through? Everybody's like, Phil, you done it again.
Was he still alive when Blade Runner came out?
Oh, who cares?
Yeah. That's a better title, though, right?
Blade Runner? Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Good title. Don't know what that means either.
Nope.
I know it's about Rick Deckard. He's hunting replicants through the post-apocalyptic future. It's not apocalyptic, but...
Yeah,
hey,
no.
You know what? I'll say this about the movie Blade Runner. The one thing it got right, and the one thing that every movie set in the future like that got right about the future, there's screens everywhere. That's it. Everything else, completely wrong.
None of those floating cars.
No floating cars. no lifelike robots that you cannot tell from human beings. But we do have screens all over the goddamn place.
I guess the cars weren't floating. They were more like propelled up by engines. What if they were just like filled with helium?
Like a Zeppelin? Like a little Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I feel like that would go bad real quick.
Hey, we have helium-filled cars.
There's a couple things in fiction where, like Fringe, that TV show, they have like an alternate universe.
Sure.
Blimps everywhere. I've seen that in a couple things now, where it's like, you know what they'd have in this other Earth? Blimps all over the place. What happened in that world where they're like, we gotta hang on to blimps?
Well, also, like Betamax and stuff like that is probably popular and all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. More $2 bills in circulation.
I see what you're saying.
I don't think you do.
Well, that's fantastic. Do you think you're going to be able to get this organized with all the other janitors of the world? Do you hold some sort of position of prominence where they listen to you, or?
I like to feel that I am well respected in the community.
Mm-hmm.
I am a good janitor. I have been awarded many prizes over the years.
Prizes?
For my janitorial services. That's correct, sir.
I had no idea you were an award-winning janitor.
I do not like to boast, but Scripture tells us, do not hide your light under a bushel.
One of my favorite passages.
It's a good one. If you would allow me to be a shining city on a hill. Yes, I have.
What prizes have you won?
I have won the mop door, the golden mop.
Sure. What color do they call it? Like the golden mop or anything like that, or it's just the mop?
They call it the mop door.
I know.
What are you talking about then? What do
Well,
you
sometimes when you win something from Cannes, it's like the gold lion, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's gold. What do you?
It's gold. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah,
Is it gold?
Why would they call it that otherwise? Of course.
What
it's
color
gold.
is your mop?
It's a solid gold mop.
Full size?
Yes, full size solid gold mop.
How much is that worth?
Oh, untold riches, my friend. It is priceless. Also, you can't mop shit up for shit with it.
So it's not functional.
It does more harm than good. No, it's I tried it. Of course I did. I was like, hey, let's take this baby for a test run. I scratched the shit out of my parquet floors. My wife Marjorie was furious. Cannot blame her.
Poor Marjorie, by the way.
She's all right.
She's fine?
She's a good kid.
All right. What other prizes have you won?
Let's see. Perfect attendance.
Perfect attendance.
I've never missed a day of work.
And that's for every job that you've ever had?
No, for being a janitor.
Well, sure, but every custodial job you've ever had?
Every single custodial job.
Do you move around a lot? Or
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I clean a lot of buildings all over the place.
Really? How do you get a different job? I mean, how do you...
Well, you get the call. It's almost like being a covert operative. You know what I mean? It's like you get a call on a frequency no one else has. It's like, hey, this building is a mess. Why don't you get over here, clean the toilets out?
You get a message in your dead drop.
Yeah, that's right.
You see a little red X on the side of the building, and you
someone's
know to go,
turned a flower pot around. Oh, I got a message.
And then you get there, and it's just filth.
Yeah, it's like
everywhere.
some kid threw up on the floor. You throw sawdust on it.
What is it about sawdust, and why do people have sawdust around?
That smell is intoxicating. People love it. It neutralizes the vomit smell.
Sure. And it soaks it up.
Yeah, and it also brings a little bit of Old West ambiance into the classroom.
You think they started by throwing peanut shells down on it?
They absolutely did. Oh, you've read about this.
Oh, yeah.
They used to throw peanut shells. At one point, they threw horse manure on top of the vomit.
Really? That did not work, I would imagine.
Didn't last long.
Yeah.
I sort of got it in a way. You know what I mean?
Let's neutralize this smell by making you smell this other terrible thing.
No one likes the smell of vomit, but if you smell horse shit, you're like, oh, maybe there's horses around. People are looking around for the horses.
I never thought of it that way.
Think of it that way. But ultimately, it was about the most unsanitary thing you could do.
Right. How long would they leave it there?
Until it hardened, and so they could pick it up. Just like one unit, the vomit and the horse shit.
That must have been quite a while ago, though, because they've been...
This was a year ago.
What?
Yeah.
People running out of sawdust? What's going on?
Yeah, there was a sawdust shortage.
Really?
Yeah.
People not sawing logs? That's another way that I wonder if androids do that.
Because do androids saw electric logs?
I wonder in the Blade Runner universe, or the Blade-averse, as we call it.
Yeah.
Do the replicants snore, too?
I mean, if they really want to fool people, they should snore. They should run a snore program. Also, learn what a tortoise is, replicants.
It's not that hard.
It's not that weird. Boy, oh boy, that guy, he blew it. What's a tortoise? It's like a turtle. Oh, okay. What? You don't have a thesaurus in there? Hey, my laptop's got a thesaurus. Oh, it's hard to say. I get all worked up.
Yep. What were we talking about?
I don't know. Why are we still talking?
I don't know. Should we just call it?
Let's call it. Time of ending conversation. 9:17 p.m.
Your watch is a little slow, by the way.
Is that so?
Yeah. Do you keep it
3 minutes off? I can see from the back.
Yeah. Do you keep it 3 minutes off for some reason?
Yeah. Because here's what I was raised to believe, that 10 minutes early is 20 minutes late. So I buy myself an extra few minutes. I always show up everywhere early, but I give myself a little bit of a break. Oh, I got 3 minutes all to myself. And I'll look at shapes in the sky, the clouds, see what they look like. I'm always high, by the way.
Right. Okay. I've never known that about you in all the times I've talked to you.
I don't know why it hasn't come up, but I love to get high.
Well, Mike, we thank you for your service.
Thank you for thanking me.
We appreciate all that you're doing.
I appreciate your appreciation, sir.
To solve this issue. You're a good man. I still think you're a little bit lazy, not wanting to clean these toilets.
Well, if you'd like to have a Freaky Friday sometime, I'd be more than happy to sit there and ask terrible questions while you clean up human shit.
All right, Mike the Janitor, thank you so much.